Hi to everyone, welcome to today's class. Today we are going to see about network types and topologies. So let me discuss about the different types of networks now. So here four network types are listed, that is personal area network and local area network, wide area network, metropolitan area network. These are the four types of networks we are going to see, and network topologies. Topology in the sense how the networks nodes and all arranged in a network, that is only mean by topology. So network topologies are bus topology, star topology, tree topology, ring topology. These are the four topologies we are going to discuss today. And in that first three topologies only you need to study. Next topic, types of networks. So what are the types of networks we have? Before that, what is meant by network? We will see. A network may be a small group of interlinked computers to chain of few hundred computers of different types. So that means different types of computers are going to be connected in a small group or a maximum group. Okay. So for example, personal computers, mini computers and mainframe computers are the three different types of computers. All these types of different computers are going to be connected in order to make a simple network. Okay, these computers may be localized or spread around the world. That means it may be forming a local area network, that is called localized, and spread around the world. That means it can also make a wide area network. So thus networks vary in terms of their size and the complexity. What is meant by size? So how much area it is going to cover, geographical area it is going to cover, that is only based on the term called size. And what is meant by complexity? So how many number of nodes are going to be connected in the network? So for example, 10 nodes also may be connected, or 100 nodes also may be connected. And number of networking device, because in order to make a network we no need to use only computing devices. So we will also use some networking devices like hub, switch, router. All those devices are also going to be used. So how many number of devices we are going to use, that is only making the complexity term. Okay, so the networks, it is varying in the terms of their size and the complexity. So what are the types of networks we have? PAN, LAN, MAN, and finally WAN, wide area network. So here we can see some simple diagrams in order to understand the different types of networks. So we will start from the home area network, that is given down, that is home area network, HAN. So in home area networks, inside the home, which computing devices and all you are using. So among these computing devices, if you are able to transfer some data with the help of the wireless LAN or wired way or wireless way, if you are able to transmit the data among the devices, or if two devices are communicating with each other through cable or through wireless way, it is known as home area network. That means using your Bluetooth, you can transfer the data from your computer to laptop computer to another computer also, or you can transfer the content from your mobile phone to laptop computer also. This will make a personal area network, or we can call it as home area network also. Next is campus area network. So next area network is campus area network. So campus area network is made among the different buildings. So first building will be having one network. So all the different buildings are going to be, different buildings networks are going to be interconnected in order to make a campus area network. So all these four buildings will be inside a one particular campus. So you are connecting all the computing devices together among different buildings. That will make a campus area network. Next network is metropolitan area network. This metropolitan area network will be formed by connecting different LANs. So here you can see the LAN network. So different computers are connected with each other through wired way or through wireless way. That will make a LAN, local area network. This LAN, this different types of LANs which are spreaded across the city is going to be connected inside the city. Different LAN will be there. All these LANs are going to be connected in order to make a MAN. Next, all these MANs and LANs is going to make a wide area network around the globe. Okay, overall entire world, all the computing devices, LAN, different LANs and MANs are going to make a wide area network with the help of the satellite. Okay, so these are the diagrams in order to understand about the different types of networks. Next, one simple diagram for networking. So here all the devices like desktop PC, down you can see the desktop PC, three desktop PCs are located, and smartphones, laptop computer, iPhone, all these computing devices like workstation and server, everything is connected with the help of the networking devices like switch and Wi-Fi router, and through router or firewall it is connecting with modem. So modem is in turn connected with the ISP, internet service provider, to the internet. So like that one networking will be happening between the different devices. Next, types of networks. First we will see personal area network. It is a computer network organized around an individual person. So it is always organized around one individual person alone. Already we have seen one example, that is from your mobile phone. If you want to transmit any file or data to your laptop computer using Bluetooth, you can transfer the content. So this will make a personal area network, because using Bluetooth, that is wireless way, you are transferring some data between the two different devices involving a mobile computer and a cell phone and PDA. So these are the devices are going to be used in order to make a PAN. Not only the mobile computer, we will have a laptop computer also, desktop computer also. It can be connected inside the around a one person, individual person, or inside one particular home. It is used to transfer files including email and calendar appointments, digital photos and music. These are the things you can transfer in a personal area network. USB also you can use, universal serial bus, and firewire technologies. Firewire technology is a high serial bus, high connection serial bus only is called a firewire technology, often linked together a common wired PAN. Wireless PANs typically use Bluetooth or sometimes infrared connections. So wireless PAN will be made with the help of the Bluetooth, or sometimes infrared connection also is going to be used in order to make a wireless PAN. It will cover a range of less than 10 meters, that is about 30 feet. It is going to be used. Okay, only among the 10 meters, with a distance of 10 meters, we can cover a range in order to make a personal area network. Supports one person instead of a group. So only one person is going to be involved in order to make a personal area network. It is not going to be involved in a group. This is an example diagram for personal area network. So here with one laptop computer which is located in the middle, to that computer input also can be received from other devices, or from this computer outputs are also going to be sent to the other devices. Like printer, if you take printer, to the printer, if you want to take any printout from your laptop contents, you can take a printout with the help of this printer. For this you need to make establish one connection between the printer and the laptop through wired or through wireless way also you can do the printing work. So same way, mouse also, it is acting as an input device. Headset, it is used to hear the output information. So like that, each and every device are involved or connected with this laptop computer which is located centrally, either in a wired way or wireless way. This will make a personal area network or PAN. Next, types of networks. Local area network. Network devices are connected over a relatively short distance. So short distance devices and all are connected together in order to make a local area network. Privately owned networks within a single building or campus or up to few kilometers in size only will make a local area network. It will link hundreds of computers used by thousands of people. So hundreds of computers may be used by thousands of people. All these hundreds computers are going to be connected to make a LAN. Many users can share expensive devices such as laser printers as well as data on the LAN. We will use the LAN to communicate with each other by sending mails or engaging in chat sessions. See, if you want to do chatting, voice chat or text chat, you can make use of this LAN. And one LAN can even be connected to the other LAN over any distance via telephone lines or radio waves. So either using telephone lines or radio waves, the connection is going to be established between the one LAN to the another LAN. So this is the typical diagram for LAN network. So here around 5 computers, 5 computing devices, computer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are connected to the server computers. Here from any computer, if you want to give a printing work, so that will be handled by the print server. So printer will do the printing job. So print server will handle the request of the computer 2, which is going to send a file to the print server. So it will handle the request and it will process the request. then finally it will take a printout with the help of the printer. So like this, a LAN can be established. LAN can work, do its work with the help of this network. Next is metropolitan area network. This is the bigger version of LAN. So normally different types of LANs which is placed across the different buildings are going to be different buildings which is located in city, going to make a metropolitan area network. It may be either private network or a public network. It spans a physical area that is in a range of 5 to 50 kilometer. That means 5 kilometers, starting from 5 kilometer to 50 kilometer diameter it is going to cover. It is larger than LAN, but it is smaller than wide area network, because different LANs only is going to make a MAN. So it is larger than LAN and it is smaller than wide area network. It is characterized by very high speed connections using optical fibers. So optical fibers are going to be used, or other digital medias are going to be used in order to make a metropolitan area network. So it adopts technologies. That means it will take the technologies from both the LAN and the WAN to serve its purpose. Example for a MAN metropolitan area network is local cable television network is the best example for the metropolitan area network. So this is a simple diagram for understanding metropolitan area networks. So here different LANs are used. LAN, first LAN, second LAN, third, 4 and 5. So 5 different LANs are going to be connected in order to make a metropolitan area network. Next network is wide area network. So wide area networks, normally it will cover the large geographical area, often a country or a continent. So continent wise or country wise LANs and all going to be connected in order to make a wide area network. It will connect different LANs using services such as dedicated lease phone lines, dial-up phone lines, satellite links, high-speed fiber optic cables and data packet carrier services are going to be used in order to make a wide area network. These are the connecting devices. Leased phone lines, dial-up phone lines are all transmission media or connecting media which is used for making a wide area network. It uses special routing protocols and filters to minimize the expense of sending data sent over the vast distances. So various long distances your data is going to be sent. So for that, special routing protocols are going to be used in this wide area network, and it will minimize the expense of sending data. And the computers at each telephone exchange connect to the other exchange to allow you to talk to the people all over the world. So from one telephone exchange to another telephone exchange, it is going to be connected. Computers are going to be connected. It allows you to talk to the other peoples all over the world. So example for wide area network is internet. So this is an example for wide area network. So from LAN 1 person, network user or any one person is communicating with other persons who is located in other country like Philippines and Manila city. One person from Chennai and India is going to connect to the other person located in another country. So like this, wide area networks can be used for connecting peoples who are located in different places, that is faraway places. They can be connected among each other using the wireless area network. So this is the advantage of wireless area network. Next topic is network topology. Before that, we will summarize the topics what we have discussed till now. That means different types of networks we have seen. First one is personal area network, second one is local area network, third one is metropolitan area network, and fourth network is wide area network. These are the 4 types of networks we have seen till now, and the topologies. Next topic is network topologies. What is meant by topology? Topology means arrangement of nodes or arrangement of elements in the network. So what are the elements are going to be used in the network? So like nodes, computing nodes, or networking devices are going to be used in order to make a network. So topology is the pattern of interconnection of nodes in a local area network. Not only in local area network, in wide area network also, how the patterns are going to be arranged, or how elements are going to be arranged in a particular pattern. So that is only known as network topology. In that first one, we will see point-to-point link or point-to-point topology. So point-to-point topology, one device is connected to the another device. That is, from one node to another node only the connection is going to be established. So there must be one transmitter and receiver. Each transmitter transmits to exactly one receiver, and each receiver receives exactly from one transmitter. Okay. So this will make a point-to-point link. So here transmitter is sending some information to the receiver. Receiver is going to receive from that particular transmitter alone. So this will make a point-to-point link or point-to-point topology. Next topology is bus topology. This is one of the simplest and easiest topology to install. That is bus topology. Is also known as linear topology. Why it is known as linear topology? Because all the nodes are connected one after another in using a common cable. That's why it is known as linear topology. So each node attaches directly to a common cable which acts as the backbone. So each node is going to be attached directly to a common cable. So common cable is going to be used. That common cable is otherwise called as backbone of this topology. A device wanting to communicate with another device on the network sends a broadcast message in both directions onto the wire that all the other devices will see that message. See here, different computers like workstation, printer and other four computers are connected with the common single cable. This common single cable only is known as backbone of this bus topology. So if particularly any device like second device want to communicate with the other devices, any one of the device in this topology, if it want to communicate, first it will send the broadcast message. What is meant by broadcasting? Okay, there are different types of casting is there in networking. Unicast means only one particular device it will send the data, and broadcasting means it will send the data to all the devices which are connected with that device. Okay, here around 7 devices are connected with this. Around 6 devices are connected with this second device. That is the second computer. No, around 6 devices are connected here. From this machine, any data want to be transmitted, first it will send the broadcast message to all the devices in both the directions, either left direction or right direction. Both the directions it will send the broadcast message. Then intended recipients actually accepts and process the message. Which recipient that message is particularly sent, that recipient will receive that message and it will process that message. How it will identify that message is for that machine? So based on the destination address only. So based on the address of that machine, it will identify that message is for that machine. So data is transmitted in small blocks called packets. Each packet has a header and containing the destination address. Every packet will be having a header. That header will have the destination address. So through that address only, the particular machine is going to identify that the message which is broadcasted is for that, and then it will process that message. When the data is transmitted on the cable, the destination node identifies the address on the packet and thereby it will process the data. So this is the thing happening in the bus topology. So this is the diagram. So both the sides of the cable, common cable, there is a terminator, because there should be an ending point where the cable is going to be ended. So both the sides we have a terminator, and all the other devices like server, workstation, different types of computers are going to be connected here in this common cable, are always called as backbone of the topology, backbone of this networking. Okay, so advantages of bus topology. What are the advantages we have here? It is easy to install and linear architecture, very simple and reliable one, and there is a common data path connecting all the nodes. So data path means that cable only is here mentioned here. So common data path is single common data path is used for connecting all the nodes, and the bus topology uses very short cable length, which considerably reduces the installation cost. Cost of the installing this bus topology will be very much less. Okay. Then additional nodes can be easily connected to the existing bus network at any point along the length of the transmission medium. So we can add additional nodes. Some new nodes we want to add means we can easily add to the central common cable. Existing bus network we can connect at any point along the length of the transmission medium. So before the terminator, both the terminator we have seen in a previous slide. Before, in between these two terminators only, we can add any node in this bus topology. That is also another advantage of this bus topology. Then Ethernet bus topologies are relatively easy to install. And 10/2, that is thinnet, and 10/5 thicknet, both are popular bus topologies are used in networking nowadays. And drawbacks of bus topology. What are the drawbacks we have in the bus topology? It works best with a limited number of devices only. Only with the limited number of devices we can add in the single common cable. So based on the length of the common cable only, we can add the number of devices. And if the backbone cable fails, common cable fails means the entire networks effectively becomes unusable. We cannot able to use the topology after that. The fault detection and isolation is very difficult. So which device or which node the fault is occurred, and isolating the device is very difficult in case of the bus topology, because there is no network control is not centralized in any particular node. So all the nodes are sharing the common cable. There is no central control node in order to identify the fault, where the fault is occurred, or to isolate that fault. This is the drawback of bus topology. The next drawback is, if the central bus length becomes too long, then the repeaters might have to be used in order to amplify the signal. That is, in order to increase the strength of the signal, you need to use the repeater device. So you need to buy the repeater device and you need to install after certain distance. So when this will happen, when the central bus length is becoming too lengthy, too long. Since each node is directly connected to central bus, every node is directly connected to the central bus. So there has to be some way of deciding who can use the network at any given time. So now automatically the network traffic will occur when more than one device want to communicate with each other in a common cable. This is another drawback of the bus topology. This is next diagram for bus topology. Here a central common cable, it is used as a backbone. Two sides we have a terminator, and drop line is used to receive the data or to transfer the data among each other. Drop lines are going to be used. And networking devices, around 5 networking devices are connected in the common cable. This is also another diagram for